Denny, what are we doing out here today?
We're teaching guys or helping guys to be better anglers on Stillwater.
Why does that matter?
Well, I guess it doesn't matter if you're not interested in catching fish. But if you want to catch fish and catch big fish, follow some of the tips that I'm going to show you. I've been doing this for a little over 45 years. And in all those years that I've been fishing, you keep learning, keep finding out more, better ways of doing it. So I'm always revising my techniques, my presentation skills, and I'm just trying to pass it on to the other guys.
And tell us about this place that we're at. Is this a place where you learned to perfect that skill?
I really did. This is Upper Klamath Lake, and I've been fishing this lake for over 40 years. And it's really been good to me. It's gone through some changes over the years, but it's a big lake. It's 26 miles long. Gets an algae content in the summer months, but most guys get freaked out when they see algae, and you don't want to look at it that way. If it's pea soup, yeah, you don't want to fish it because it affects the oxygen levels and the fish's feeding behavior. But other than that, on this lake, it's where I learned my ABCs on Stillwater. And if you can get a fly in front of a fish that's over 4 pounds average daily, you're going to learn a whole lot, and you're going to learn it quick. On days where guys are not successful, it's usually sometimes it's not what you're doing, it's what Mother Nature's doing. So we learn to adjust to the conditions. And on this lake, because it's big, you got to look at wind, you got to look at oxygen levels, you got to look at algae things. Everything has to be in sync. But here, to be successful, it's not so much the fly you use, it's where you fish and when you're there.
And is this the only place you teach people about fly fishing?
Now we do clinics in schools all over the country. I do a spring and fall trip up to West Yellowstone area where we fish private water back there because I can't get a guide's license for 2 or 3 days, 4 days maybe, for a whole year. It's absorbative, just too expensive to do that. But I'll fish with people up there. We do clinics up there. We do some here in Oregon, spring and fall. Right out of Klamath Falls, there's a lake called Pronghorn. We do 1 or 2 clinics there a year, and those are really big fish. But basically, it's just to teach guys how to fish a lake and things to do and things not to do.
And you've got a website. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I am not a computer guy, I can tell you that. I had to get a lot of help to put that together. I've learned how to do emails and answer them, but it took me a little while just to figure out how to get that thing on and how to turn it off if I had to turn it off. But the website is basically designed, it's the products that I use in my business and in the system that I use, whether it's rods, reels, lines, flies, tying materials, whatever. I only provide guys with the stuff that I know is quality and would be effective when you're fishing a lake. Other than that, the website is means to make a living, and I use it not only to sell product, but as a lead-in. A lot of guys will have questions about Stillwater, and I probably field an average of 3 to 5 a day throughout the season, and maybe less in the wintertime, but it's all designed to help the angler be more successful.
What's your favorite part about fishing?
Catching big trout.
And if you could put my question in your answer, my favorite part about fishing is?
My favorite part about fishing is actually being on the water every day is a great part of it, but I'm a real diehard at seeking and pursuing big trout. That's what makes my motor run.
And where do you think that enthusiasm comes from within you to keep going, keep learning?
Who knows? Genes? It's not something that has gotten worse. I've been doing it for over 45 years. When I get on the water today, I'm just as aggressive and anxious to get out there and test the water and see if I can get these guys, because big fish are different than your average trout. Their whole MO is different. You got to adjust the time you fish, what you fish, the depths, the flies. You got to adjust to what they do. And if you're after them, the only thing I can tell anybody that's in pursuit of big trout, you got to go where they feed and be there when they do it. And they won't be where you can catch them unless the conditions favor them, not you.
And last question. I know we covered this a little bit in some of the videos, but give me another summary. What are the 3 most important things when you're trying to catch big fish?
Three most important things: fish lakes with big fish in them. Use flies that will not necessarily match the food chain, but match the conditions that we fish under. And fish where and when those fish will be available to you. They're not available to you all day. It's really early and late, and I'm usually on the water just as the sun is coming up or before the sun comes up. That's when big fish feed. What will fool a lot of people is where they feed, and they feed shallow water. Shoreline edges, early and late in the day, are the top 2-3 feet. If they'll focus their time and attention there when the big fish are available, I guarantee you they're going to catch them.